Going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next I have is the approval of today's agenda.
Make a motion to approve today's agenda.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next I have is approval of the minutes of February 19th and February 24th.
I'd make a motion to approve the minutes from February 19th, 2020 and February 24th, 2020 as presented.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Now I have is approval of claims for payment for the 26th.
Make a motion to approve the claims for payment for the week of February 26th.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Utility permits, we have none. Secondary roads. Okay, next I have is the resolution of the approved contract for the bridge rehabilitation project.
So PCI was our only bidder, which isn't too unexpected, but it was right in line with our estimate. So I'd recommend approving it. And then the resolution, you're pretty much, they just came up with this, it authorizes you to let me sign it since it's all electronic now. So if you approve it, I'll send it off to them, and they get back to us. It's for the bridge on the highway on S62 between here and Gifford. Contract price $1,072,891.95. And that's
When
all
will,
appears. They just rip off the deck, put a new deck on, but it's a very, very big bridge.
So
and
we
that's
need-
our largest
Yes,
county-owned
it is
bridge
our
in the
biggest
county.
bridge, yes.
Okay. And when is the work supposed to start?
Just after they start it. Yeah, we won't know that yet.
Okay.
We'll start talking to them. Can't talk till we sign the contract.
So we'll make sure we get the word out sooner than later. It could be at any time.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have two motions here, one for the contract, one for the resolution.
Yeah, I suppose that'd be fine.
Does the resolution,
Cover the contract.
yeah, covers the
Yeah.
contract, approval of the contract?
Yeah, that's the way I kind of read it too. It kind of approved it in the resolution.
That's what I,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not hurt either.
Okay. I'd make a motion to approve the resolution for the bridge rehabilitation project, titled FM-CO42 sub 98-55-42.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Donna.
On the paperwork, it said that it would take 120 working days. So that's like 5 working days a week.
You don't count them for weather and stuff like that. It's too
That
late.
would add on.
It's pretty much up to our inspector. They'll kind of make the determination every day. And then there's the next page probably talk about liquidated damages, or might have said right underneath. And if they go over that 120 days, then you start charging them $1,000 a day, that kind of deal. Yep. That DOT
The
project was
county-
200 grand a day, so they got moving on that one.
The county charges them $1,000? Wow.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
BJ,
Aye.
Renee,
Aye.
Lance.
Aye. Motion carries. Next we have is Economic Development Advisory Council funding request. Angela.
You see the form?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Sorry.
Very good.
You're back up, Taylor. Approval of the policy on road crossing from newer application using hoses or pipeline.
And I don't expect an approval today. If you guys want to look over it, review it, I invite any comments from everyone. I tried to redo the policy. You want to make it open-ended enough that it doesn't restrict people from doing it, but at the same time restrict people enough that it's reasonable. So main things I changed on the front, it used to have 2 different signatures. I didn't know why they had to sign twice, so I changed it to 1. Put a map on there because before, they're just putting the road names and it doesn't really get you anywhere. But if they draw you a little graph, helps explain it better, so then we know what's going on. And then I kinda talked about, you know, how to cross waterways, if they wanna use us to cross a waterway, stuff like that.
I had a couple questions. One, I'd like to see something added, and I know Nick brought this up too, that fittings, we need some type of restriction on where the fittings can and can't be. So,
I did one with, I did like 100 feet from a stream bank. I didn't wanna say it's under a waterway, I wanted to say from the
yeah.
edge of that top of
What do you think, Nick?
It's fair.
Okay.
100 feet.
The other thing I wanted to ask that we add is some type of deadline, because I don't think somebody should come in and expect to bring this in at 8 o'clock and expect it to be approved by 8:15 for application that
Every
day.
application we get on.
Right, it's just, somebody else's failure plan shouldn't be your plan to fail, because not doing your due diligence, it doesn't matter if they have 75,000 or $1 million of insurance, it's not gonna go very far
Want
if
me
we
to just
don't.
put something in like 48 hours before operation?
48 working, I'd say, or 2 business days.
Enough to give them
Yeah.
for a business day, yeah, Fridays. That'd
So,
be fine, I can
okay.
put that in.
In this application, they would have to tear it down if they're not using it, correct?
That was on there before as well.
And by giving the 48 hours business day, if it rains, it throws them all off.
Okay, we could do that too, say the same thing. Change it to a working day instead of just 48 hours.
Or the application needs to be submitted at least 48 hours prior and then contact you again the day you are showing up?
That'd be fine. Well,
I mean, you're
Yeah.
playing weather, so that's
Right.
why
we could do it
I'm
way
asking.
before as well,
Right,
you know.
okay.
Yep.
Donna?
I have a few questions.
Donna, can you come up and ask them so everybody can hear?
Don't
I'll
we-
stay up though, yep.
Okay, is there a cost for this permit?
No, there's no cost.
Okay. Why is there no business license number on the form?
That's been a
Shouldn't there
concern.
be?
I don't know why that should be asked.
Can you just confer with Daryl?
Fine, yeah. Daryl's ready to step down.
Yeah.
Well, Daryl?
Why is there not? I don't know. Could be.
Shouldn't there be?
Oh.
Does everybody, does everybody have a business license that
Wouldn't it
would?
be on there kind of? I asked for a certificate of insurance, that should have
Yeah.
all this stuff.
I didn't know if like a small farmer that was gonna do this once, that, you know, this wasn't a huge
That's a lot of
operation.
equipment to have
Well,
for once.
or even if you contracted it,
Yeah, most times I think it is a contractor anymore.
okay. So the contractors would be doing it as a LLC or corporation,
So they should have some kind of
Right.
license number.
or EIN, something that, yeah.
Okay, so 75,000 insurance, whose insurance is it? You have the one getting rid of the poop, you got the one getting the
Should be the
poop.
contractor the one doing the work.
So who is the applicant? The one getting rid of the poop, the one getting the poop, or
The
the one
contractor.
transporting the
It's
poop?
both. I mean, we kind of leave it up to them. If the contractor wants to come in and apply for it, that's fine too.
Wouldn't it be a better idea that the one who's going to be responsible be the one that get the permit?
That would be the contractor.
The
yeah.
applicator.
So, yeah.
As long as it's not the one getting rid of the poop or getting the poop, yeah. If a hose does cross the road, who's responsible for blocking the road in the intersections and monitoring?
Should never be blocked.
Well, in there it says when it crosses.
We
the
go
road.
through a
They go
culvert.
Under the road. Under.
They go through the culverts.
Through the culvert.
And, yeah, it didn't,
I will-
didn't make that clear.
I will not approve a permit if they want to go over the road.
All right. Can't drive over those things.
No, you can't. In item 6, 25 feet from the edge of the road, they have to use cones. Does that mean if it's in the ditch, there has to be cones along? Okay.
We don't want it in our ditch regardless.
True.
We discussed that, you know, then they're in our ditch as little as possible, that way they don't have to run cones for a quarter mile.
All right, here's a bad question. Who's gonna be monitoring this?
So people that were before, us as best as possible.
And if they don't follow the rules, what consequences will there be, if any?
Likely none other than we would probably not give them a permit next time.
Okay.
Because it's not a shall issue, correct?
Yeah, as far as I know, I mean, that'd be more of a question with Daryl, I mean, what legal grounds?
Good question, Donna.
Other than to deny them the right to enter right away again.
I'm making notes.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, dear.
All right, you bet. Anything else? Bob? Yep, come up here.
The insurance they have to have,
Yes.
is that enough to cover if it goes into the waterway and goes down the river? I mean,
It should be, I mean, it's what we covered for other things, but I'm gonna hope that it doesn't get into the water in the first place. Then the DNR would be on them, they'd have worse fines than that.
they would?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just curious in case if it leaks and goes way down there, you,
I don't know what the cost of a fish
I
is
don't
to the
know.
DNR anymore, but it's
A lot of money.
expensive, yeah.
I don't think that would be the county's responsibility then anyway. It would be the,
And I've seen all sorts of different
Contractors.
quantities for the insurance amount. I don't know, I mean, you ask small farmers what their size is, and you don't wanna, I mean, we don't wanna restrict people from being able to use this, so you gotta keep the number down enough that doesn't limit it.
No.
okay, because I was gonna say if the hose leaked and say it ran for 20 minutes, what do
It
they
won't.
estimate the cost would, what, just,
Those things shut off just about instantly.
okay. As long as they cover it up, I mean, because otherwise it's kind of.
From what I've heard, this is better than tankers, because if a tanker gets hit and spilled, it spills all over, but these things, the pump will shut down the second it loses pressure.
So does a tanker have to have insurance to cover when you tip over in the river?
That'd be auto insurance, I don't know, yeah.
I do want to make a comment before your administration there. Iowa Select was pumping over the road. I believe this is back when Ron Rickles was, so they have done it in the past, so. I haven't seen it recently.
I would not approve it, so, yeah.
Thank you.
What happens if they do put it, just say, across the road, there's no handy culvert, and somebody runs over it? I know a garden hose will pop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into what ifs on that, because we'll be here all day.
I'm just curiosity.
He said it won't.
Will do those pop?
Probably, I don't know, they're pretty heavy though. Do not know, will not be an answer. Alright.
So you'll just
Table
make
it.
those revisions and bring it back?
Works for me.
And you'll send that out a few days ahead so we can take a look at the final revisions?
No problem.
Okay.
You guys eventually publicize that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if I get something, I'll make sure you get it, Nick. Yep.
Next I have is economic, thank you for all the comments. Next is the Economic Development Advisory Council funding request. You're up.
There's some copies for us.
Yep.
Okay, so SBDC, Small Business Development Center. So technically we are in, I think it's just the central Small Business Development Center, located out of Ames. However, they've never actually serviced Hardin County. They've always been more focused on the Ames side, which is probably fair. So we always have been using the North Central Iowa Small Business Development Center located out of Fort Dodge. Since we're technically not in her area, it's hard for her to justify driving over here to help us. I've listed in here all the things she can help us with. Right now we're working. I'm sorry. I was trying to be loud. Okay. Okay. Right now, I mean, she's provided us with a software that myself and Brady Winter are working on a project with a lady who lives in Thailand. And we're coming up with her business plan. We're doing her financial projections. Actually, Small Business Development Center is doing her financial projections. But I mean, that in and of itself, I think, is worth the
And
money.
this is Miss Tiefenthaler, right?
Yes.
Okay, and she's been down here before. I think she helped Aaron Budwig with his project.
Yep, she's
and
been
several
in the-
others.
Yeah,
And-
she's been in.
And this is something we've done in the past, correct?
Yep, when
Okay.
Cindy was here, I believe you guys did like $5,000.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the numbers, so I just took a shot in the dark.
Yep.
This is just because she has to fundraise about $50,000 a year.
Yep.
She brought on a marketing person, so that's kind of where that salary goes to, is what I assume. She puts on a bunch of like workshops, all that sort of thing. Mark uses them quite frequently. I use them quite frequently. I talk to her all the time on all sorts of business-related questions, so I think this is probably the least we can offer her.
Okay.
But for her time. Questions, comments, concerns?
How do we switch groups?
I don't.
I think it's by
It's like a
geography.
geographical thing.
And
you
we don't
know?
really pay towards the Ames.
No, we don't.
one at all.
Well, and I mean, she wasn't saying like, "Hey, I'm not going to help you if you don't pay us." It's just
Right.
I talk to her so frequently. Mark talks to her so frequently, and she's like, and she always helps. She always comes through for us, but she
Right.
doesn't even technically serve us. So I think this is just.
I'd go ahead and make a motion to approve the funding request to fund the Small Business Development Center, request of $2,500.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Where's this funding coming
Lost.
from?
Lost
The
funds.
economic development loss.
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is the update on commercial tax abatement policy.
Yeah. So I know we talked. I think in December. The goal was to bring this commercial tax rebate policy to you guys for approval in February. At the advisory council February meeting, we didn't have a quorum, so we weren't able to come up with a recommendation to bring to you guys. But it's, I would say, 85 to 90% done. There's just a couple revisions that they had asked me to make, and then I'll share it with you guys and we can
Okay.
bring that before them. Hopefully, March 18th board meeting,
Okay.
Okay.
so we could get that in place. I know we wanted to have it in February, but again, we just didn't have the people.
Okay.
So.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next I have is a resolution appropriations amendment within the same service area.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the resolution for the amendment within the same service area. This is the health board and general assistant, just moving some money.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good.
Oh.
Roll call.
Got it at the same
BJ.
time.
Aye.
Renee.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is the appointment to the Iowa River Trail Hardin Board.
I'm going to go ahead and ask to table this week, Lance, just to do some more research and make sure we get the right person for the fit for the board.
I think there's a question as to when he was actually added to the board, so I think
Yeah.
we would need to make it retroactive, but I need to do some research on that also.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to table.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing no more, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have is the approval of resignation and request for early retirement benefit secondary roads.
So Renee caught this. It does say in there how it'll only be accepted between May 1st and August 31st. So I asked Aaron about it, and he gave us a couple choices. So you're not approving it today no matter what, but I'm looking for your direction. We can change it to, we will accept them between, say, March 1st and August 31st, and I'll just have them resubmit. Or we say, no, you gotta wait. Those are pretty much your two choices. But yeah, I'm fine with just changing it to the March 1st, and
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then I'll just tell them to resubmit one.
Okay.
okay.
So you'll need to bring the policy back to us and we'll change the policy.
Or you could just say it now too, or we could do it that day, I guess. He doesn't really say anything other than you just need to kind of make
Does
sure I
Aaron-
let all
does
I have to
Aaron
let
Hill
all
guess?
the employees know that we changed it to
Okay.
first.
I would prefer you just bring it back and put it back on next week's agenda.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Next I have is change of status secondary roads.
Got a few of these, so the
Secondary
first.
roads? Oh,
No, sheriff's.
yeah,
Oh, sheriff's, I'm sorry, secondary roads was,
yeah.
Okay, the first I have is promotion of Rochelle Kaslavaca as a correctional officer effective February 28th, 2020 at the rate of $16.76 an hour.
I'll second it.
been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next I have is a change of status, a resignation, James Witt, permanent part-time correctional officer, resignation effective February 25th, 2020.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The next I have is promotion to jail sergeant for Jesse Wolf at the rate of $21.74 an hour effective February 29th, 2020.
Second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The next I have is a resignation of Brendan Cheney effective February 28th. He was a permanent part-time correctional officer.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next I have is, let's see here, just a change of going from full-time to part-time for Matthew Evans, effective February 28th, 2020, correctional officer, going from $17.30 an hour to $15 an hour.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The last one I have is the promotion of, don't want to butcher the last name, it's Brooke Team. Okay. February 28th is the effective date, 2020. Promoted, and this wage will be $16.76 an hour.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Other business. In other business, I don't have much other than if there's any questions on the audit report, we will no comment on this.
Okay.
Excuse me, say that again?
We will no comment if any questions are being brought on the audit report that came out yesterday.
Is it available for viewing?
Yes.
Do we know where?
Daryl, do you know where that is? Where they could find that?
The state auditor's website, I don't know, I don't think we posted it anywhere. I know my office has not. I don't know if it's available at the auditor's office or not. It is, okay.
Are you going to be posting it online?
Citizen already did, it's up there. If you go to the state auditor's website, it's under special audits.
So from there, I will go to public comments. Isaac? Can you come up to the front, please?
I want you guys to look at, or kind of a proposal I have is, you guys have the ability to change the property tax perks that these windmills get. I know my property tax have been going up consistently. They're going to go up again, as is everybody in the county. I don't really see it fair that a foreign entity can come in and get all these property tax credits. I get we got to try to do that to entice business in the county once in a while, but I don't really see a growth benefit from them, and I think you could argue that most people in the county don't want them. So under 427B.26, line item B, it states you guys have the ability to review that and repeal the property tax credits they get. So I think it'd be good to look into those. I think it'd be fair for everybody in the county. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna-
Thank you, Isaac.
You can have
Yeah.
it if you want. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Hearing none, I can ask for adjournment.
So moved?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. We're adjourned.